est bon, hein. Il est bon,
Dobre, teraz tamto, počkaj.
No, jak ja budem nejaké telke, jak najväčší fotogramy.
Dobre.
Sorry. No.
Ďakujeme.
Smajla.
Smajla, Abu.
Right.
Sorry.
Tack så mycket. Tack.
Nej, jag har tyvärr ingen aning.
It is day 9 of the IIHF World Hockey Championship, our first of 3 games from Group A here in Royal Arena. And Sweden has been a dominant team thus far in this tournament, and it is a home game inside the building. Malmo, Sweden, about a 25-minute train ride across the Öresund Bridge, and it is loud here with the Tre Kronor jerseys. Patrick Rybar getting the start in his first Men's World Championship. He won his debut at this tournament, a goals against of 2, taking on Magnus Hellberg. 5-0 win over Belarus, a 3-2 win over the Czechs, a goals against average of 1, and the Swedes, the best goalie numbers in the tournament, and a couple captains. And you can talk about the Battle of Alberta, obviously Sekera for the Edmonton Oilers and Backlund for the Calgary Flames.
A lot of familiar faces from the NHL in this game, and we'll see. Sweden has looked so good. The one game they were tested was against the Czechs. Slovaks maybe just a hair below that in terms of level of competition, but this will be a good test for Sweden as they ramp up to that final game against Russia.
We're underway just after noon local time. It is loud in the building. Raquel Zibanejad and Janmark, the top line out there for Sweden, as Raquel leads the Swedes, 5 goals and 5 assists. And Janmark not far behind with 8 points as the feed to Janmark didn't get through. Back to the blue line, it's Janmark. Gets it down low to Mika Zibanejad of the New York Rangers. Down low to Ricard Raquel, who's had a fantastic tournament thus far. Backhand pass in front. And no problem for Patrick Rybar, who will be tested. A lot of offensive weapons from the back end and the forwards of the Swedish side as Nagy and Oliver Ekman-Larsson battling on the near wall. Janmark digs it out. Fortuitous bounce, and that shot didn't get through. As Sweden able to clear the zone. Nice job for Martin Pakos. Nearly got in for a chance and gets it back into the Swedish zone. Couple Larssons on this team. Adam Larsson, the Edmonton Oilers, moves it up, changes off. It's picked off though at the blue line and fired back in as Hashka drives towards the net right in front. And the bouncing puck is cleared in time away from Magnus Hellberg. Here is the captain, Michael Backlund. Puts on the brakes to the near wall, drops it off, long shot. Lindholm from the back end, another weapon from the Anaheim Ducks. As it's moved across to the far wall. Opening few minutes and a couple chances early already. Long shot, just deflected wide as Gustav Nyquist was parked in front and deflected it just off the mark.
You see how Sweden is so dangerous with their puck pursuit in the offensive end. It's not just their skill to make plays, it's their willingness to do the work to get it back to make those plays. And second and third attempts towards net. There's the most recent one that Backlund puts through traffic. Rybar fights it off as, yeah, what a nice tip from Nyquist.
Top 2 lines real good for Sweden. Mike, one of your points off the top of the broadcast, the depth. Third line out, Larsson, Everberg, and Päijärvi.
The third line won't be the third line for long. With the arrival of Arvidsson and Forsberg, everyone's going to get bumped down one, so now their second line will become their third line, and you'll have Victor Arvidsson and Philip Forsberg anchoring a second line. They were 2/3 of the #1 line of the best team in the NHL all year long.
The rich get richer as the gold medalist from last year, looking very strong as they continue to pursue another gold medal here in Copenhagen, yet to lose a game in their group. Worth mentioning too, Switzerland also in our group. Roman Josi confirmed to come over, and Kevin Fiala as well from the Nashville Predators, so that'll improve the Swiss side. A lot of yellow and blue in the building. The Tre Kronor jerseys, the 3 crowns, and they are the kings right now of the World Hockey Championship. The defending gold medalist is Jurko, bouncing puck towards the net, and it bounces right to Magnus Hellberg, who gets the call. So the Swedes too, 2 pretty good options in net so far. They've both been strong.
They have, like everybody who's played for Sweden, they've had a good, solid start to the tournament. The question is, with the rotation, 3 games left, it looks like it's going to be Hellberg going forward. He plays today. Maybe Nielsen gets the next game against the Swiss, and then it sets up for Hellberg the last game against Russia, which will very likely be for first place in the group, which is significant given the makeup of Group B with 3 strong teams and a weaker one in 4th.
Marchenko wins the draw clean, back of the point, shot off Jacob De La Rose and all the way down the ice as Adam Janusik back to play it. Thurman chips it into neutral ice territory as De La Rose picks it off, and there is Adrian Kempe of the LA Kings. Kempe puts on the brakes, fires it along the boards. De La Rose laying the body as Elias Anderson, first rounder of the New York Rangers, out on the ice behind the net. Single steps aside his man and gets it up ice. Tough angle shot, no problem for Hellberg as he swallows that up, and a little pushing and shoving after the shot from Andre Kulderna.
Kulderna putting one in, and Slovakia is just trying to work their way into this game. They know Sweden is excellent. They have effectively home ice advantage when you look at the sea of yellow in the stands, but they can just get their legs going, get through a couple rotation of the lines, feel their way into this game. They have an outside shot at the quarterfinals, but they'll need to take points off of Sweden and or Russia to get there.
Their top line, Yorko, Kristoff, and your former teammate, Ladislav Nagy, who's out on the ice, and you had a few chances to chat with him.
My old pal Ladislav Nagy, who I'm seeing all around the hotel. It's like we're teammates again. We were line mates for about 3 years in a row. My best 3 years in the NHL. His best 3 years in the NHL. We were spent together. We were attached at the hip. And it's amazing to still see him going strong. Leading his team in scoring at the World Championships at 38.
Former Player of the Year in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and he's had a long career and continues to play. Didn't he ask you why you're still not playing, Mike?
And I told him that I'm old and I'm slow, and he said, so am I. It doesn't look like it.
As he's still battling, as is John Klingberg. Klingberg on the back end tries to fire it up top, and these defensemen, they're not shy about getting into the play offensively. And Klingberg, what a season in Dallas, second when it comes to points for defensemen in the National Hockey League, behind just another Carlson. That was John Carlson.
He's had a pretty decent power play, John Carlson, right now, or playoff right now for Washington.
There's Henderson behind the net, led the SHL in points in the regular season and playoffs, and as a 19-year-old, pretty impressive in a man's league in Sweden, as he won it all with the Backwall Lakers. Centering pass in front, did get through, as Hashtag was knocked off the puck behind the nets. And here's Gustafsson to Backlund. Long shot, steered aside as Backlund let go. Another chance as Gustafsson threw it on net, picked out by Rebar. Christian Jaros, the Ottawa Senators, long shot, steered aside by Hellberg. Jaros looking to be a mainstay with the Sens going forward, getting some more reps here at the Worlds. Everberg puts on the brakes. Slides it along the boards. Down low to Pyarvi. Larson back up to the point. 3 Larsons on the ice right now. Adam back with Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Chip down to Ferraveri. It's pretty undefensive pairing there, and Jaros and Ferraveri.
19 and 22. It'll be interesting to see how Craig Ramsey deploys that young group.
That shot swallowed up, rebound in front is John Klingberg. Not shy about firing the puck on net. He got a good look there. De La Rose, right by his own bench, picks it up and swings it to Adrian Kempe. What have you made of Kempe so far in this tournament?
When he played last game in the top 6, he looked great. Dynamic and effective when he plays with fourth-line players like De La Rose and Elias Anderson. You don't notice him as much because he doesn't get to make plays in the offensive zone.
Anderson tried to drive to the front of the net. That's broken up by Janosik. Janosik tries to chip it along the boards. Then Anderson's hauled down. Kept in. Long shot. Lindholm. Anderson to Kempe. Kempe. Lindholm swings that across. And good job as Klingberg nearly gave it away at the far wall. Kept in. And the Swedes continue to pressure here 5-on-5. As Gorman lost his stick, gets a stick back. Long shot, knocked down in front as Klingberg let it go. Marchenko moves it up ice, and he got dumped for his efforts. Lindholm stepping in, circles around. Lindholm chips it into the corner. John Klingberg takes a bump. Shahovsky behind his own net. Big 6'4" defenseman. The top line, blue line pairing. Him and Sekera play together. Yorko loses it, gets it back. Top line out for Slovakia. Yorko Sekera fires. Hit a body in front, didn't get through it. Look out! Ricard Raquel with space. Raquel off the bar. Did that go in?
It looked from up here, that was back bar. We'll see.
Bar it out, but did Raquel cash in for the game's first? We'll show you looks right after this break. Ricard Raquel nearly had his 6th goal of the tournament. We got a number of looks. It did go barred down, did not go in. So still scoreless, but oh so close as Sekera tied him up maybe just enough. Oliver Ekman-Larsson loads up. That stopped. Again, another shot from Oliver Ekman-Larsson as the defenseman now driving it towards the net. And a good stop from Patrick Rebar.
Ricard Raquel has been so dangerous in this tournament. It's the duck combination. Hampus Lindholm kicks it up to Ricard Raquel. He fends off Sekera. Nice job protecting it. And that is such a good release. He went crossbar and came right back down in behind Rebar. Rebar's almost fortunate didn't hit his back and go in the net. But Ricard Raquel, the way he slid over to his backhand side, protected it, still had the confidence to pull it back to the forehand and really roof it. It's a fraction of the inch too high.
Well, when your last name is Rebar, you're going to get some breaks as a goalie, right?
Well, the iron should be kind.
Saw some pretty good names there. Sebastian Aho leading the tournament in points coming into today, and Ricard Raquel really had goal number 6 as play continues. Slovakia dodging a bullet and a possible 2-on-1 to the forehand, stopped by Hellberg.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty from Hasek.
Driving in, and now there's a commotion, and Adam Larsson, who has not been shy of being physical and getting in those dirty areas, and away we go.
This is heating up. Yeah, Adam Larsson has no choice. He's got to get Hasek off his goaltender. Hasek just took that 2-on-1 and shot it into Hellberg, then drove right on top of him as though he was trying to finish a check on a player with the puck in his feet. Nice job by the Slovakians to cue up the 2-on-1, but you can't just hit the goalie. I mean, he wasn't forced in there, he wasn't tripped in there, he just barreled him over on purpose, and he'll get a penalty for sure.
Team Slovakia, number 87, 2 minutes for goaltender.
Don't know if they're going to call anything else, just the initial goal interference, which might be the easiest call we've seen, and then great look on the ref cam. And Adam Larsson just doing what's appropriate, dragging him off, pushing him out, and then everything escalating from there.
So Slovakia, Mike, actually one of 3 teams in the tournament yet to allow a power play goal. Now, you don't want to give the Swedes too many chances as they go to work. The 5th-ranked power play, 5 for 16 on the power play. And they got some specialists led by Klingberg, fires, and that's kicked aside. Oliver Ekman-Larsson knocked off the puck. Sekera, long shot. Hellberg makes the stop. John Klingberg has it for Sweden. We're approaching the midway point of this first period in a scoreless game. Oliver Ekman-Larsson hits the trailer and gets the puck back. And Raquel playing pass. Slap behind the net all the way up to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Has Klingberg with him. Zibanejad. Klingberg. Ekman-Larsson. Zibanejad fires, and that's blocked in front. Ferravari, he's hurt. In front again, another chance. And that is stopped as Ferravari.
That's Tchaikovsky, I think.
I apologize, 56. Michael Tchaikovsky, 6'4", and he laid out.
Well, Zibanejad can really hammer it, and he does that. Tchaikovsky turns, take this one somewhere in his back area, and then he's frozen. after he blocks a shot and then presents his back to protect his face. Now he's not moving, so right after that, look at the chance that Janmark gets right in the slot, and he's got to bury that puck. 15 feet away, going to be in the slot in the power play. You got to cash in. He missed a golden opportunity.
David Bondra, son of Peter on the ice. And David with a goal earlier in this tournament, pretty exciting. His father, what an NHL career that Peter had as Lindholm drops it off. Michael Backlund up to Gustafsson. Second unit out. Lindholm fires off the stick, and that's into the netting for a stoppage in play.
The second unit gets Lindholm on it. Gustafsson, pretty offensive guys, and Elias Pettersson, really the man to watch for Sweden on this power play. He's the quarterback. He likes to roam to both sides. Excellent passer and shooter, number 40. Short side by the wall.
5th overall draft pick last year by the Vancouver Canucks, and they've got a good one coming. As Nyquist at the blue line for Pettersson. Lindholm. Gustafsson back to Lindholm. He fires, and that's again swallowed up by Patrick Rebar. And the Nyquist little push right after the play. Marchenko gave him a little shot.
A little hook down from Nyquist, taking Marchenko down. Good penalty killing though from Slovakia. They're staying tight. They're not moving around too much. Not gonna let the seams get open, because that's what players like Pettersson want to exploit on the power play. They want to work the seams, go underneath and through the box. If you don't let them, you give your goaltender and shot blockers a chance.
Mika Zibanejad on the draw. Ricard Raquel chasing after the puck behind the net. Oliver Ekman-Larsson swings it back down low. Ricard Raquel. Zibanejad. Zibanejad found on it. Back to Raquel. Raquel. Zibanejad to Raquel back in front. Janmark hopped over his stick and back to the point with 4 seconds to go. So time ticking down. Klingberg. Wanted Raquel. Raquel. Back to 5-on-5. Down low. Shot in sight. Stop. Rebound. Bouncing puck. And a nice job. And still Slovakia yet to allow a power play goal in this tournament.
Keeps you in a lot of games.
Oh, nice move. Zibanejad. The chip and chase dangles around his man. Met by Janosik. Gets it back up to the blue line. Raquel. One-time shot, and that stopped. Puck still in front and finally cleared out of the slot area. Fired back in. Ricard Raquel. Working with Janmark. They couldn't keep it in, and finally, Jurko has it for Slovakia. Jurko drives behind the net. Tried the centering pass in front. Back up top. German fires, tips, scores! The tip in front. Jurko gets a stick on it. 1-0 Slovakia.
After a good kill for Slovakia, they go on the counterattack with their #1 line, who'd been well rested, not killing penalties. And a nice heads-up wrister here as Ekman-Larsson doesn't get to Jurko's stick in time. And a beautiful shot pass from the point. Kristoff puts it out to the blue line. German heads up the whole way, and that's a beautiful pass. Nice tip by Jurko to get Slovakia on the board with the lead.
A second-round pick of Detroit back in 2011. Won a Memorial Cup with the Sea Dogs, a Calder Cup in 2013, and looking for a quarterfinal appearance. And Slovakia looking real strong so far, especially in this tournament. And what a chance now with a good start against the Swedes. It's worked back up to the point. Fluttering shot, knocked down. Chahovsky obviously feeling better after blocking that shot. Chahovsky fanned on it, comes down low, and the Swedes try to work it up ice.
Interesting to see how Sweden does. A bit of adversity, trailing in a game, feeling some pressure. They know they have reinforcements on their way. They are probably the favorites or one of the co-favorites in this tournament. A little adversity along the way is never a bad thing.
Only the 3rd goal Sweden has allowed all tournament as De La Rose picks it up behind the net. Lindholm to Kempe. Kempe. Delarose swings it across the ice. Back to Lindholm. He fires. That's in the shin guards. Didn't get through. Ladislav Nagy drives in. Nagy continues to work in the corner. John Klingberg meets him. Puck comes behind the net to the left of Hellberg and eventually cleared and a possible 2-on-1. Kempe, head up, fires, and a nice stop there as Kempe let it go. Kempe then dropped in the corner from David Boots. And the Slovaks move it up ice with just over 7 minutes to go in this first period. Bondra centering pass out of the reach of Therveri. As the young blue liner was pinching in, ranked 15 in NHL Central Scouting for European skaters. We'll hear his name in Dallas at the draft in June. There's a collision and Jadosik getting the worst of it from Larson. That's the Oiler, Adam Larson, stepping up and laying the body. Oliver Ekman-Larsson sends it cross ice. Dragbo, shot stop, rebound. Raquel, what a chance. Oliver Ekman-Larsson following up. Two great looks from Ricard Raquel and a chat with Marchenko after the play. Welcome back inside Royal Arena. I would argue close to a sellout, holds 13,000. Sweden only about a 20-minute train ride. Malmo very close across the Öresund Bridge, but Sweden trailing for the very first time in this tournament. Ricard Raquel's had a couple of great looks. A crossbar, bar down, and a chance there before we went to commercial break. But it is Slovakia and Jurko, the tip in front, that has Slovakia up 1-0 in this hockey game as Oliver Ekman-Larsson tries to work it down low. That's intercepted. Nice pass back to Sekera, the captain, as the Edmonton Oilers plays out of ice. Puck chipped high and bouncing to Adam Larsson. He swings it over to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. The two Larssons, defensive pairing, the top pairing out there for Sweden. Larsson and Single. Pair of sixes battling. Janmark gets it down low, that drives it. Janmark tried that give and go and was broken up. Nice job again as Ricard Raquel back on the ice working. You don't watch a lot of Anaheim games? Man, he's impressive to watch.
Well, I just covered them in the playoffs this year again, and he has led the team in scoring, a team with Getzlaff and Perry and everybody else.
Turnover, chance in front, spinning shot. Oh, kick stop, Pajärvi. What a look in front. Pajärvi a chance. And they can't capitalize on Patrick Rebar.
Strong post-up move here by Dennis Everberg. He pops it through his feet, seals off Tchaikovsky, and wheels and fires. He has got established body position with the lower body, and then swing with the arms. And it looked like Pajärvi had some room as Rebar awkwardly, with his chest, seals the post. Before flying, get a couple chances.
Everberg, 70 career games with the Colorado Avalanche.
Played the Olympics this year. He's a prominent international player. He's a big, heavy game, more so than a super skilled one.
So Backlund, Nyquist, Pettersson out for Sweden. They control off the draw. Nyquist takes a bump behind the goal line. Swung up to the near wall, and here is Jurko. He's got some speed. He's moving in. Jurko on Pettersson. Pass in front. Nobody there, and picked off by Michael Backlund. As Backlund moves it up to Pettersson. Buys Pettersson. stops, tries the backhand in. Back up to Lindholm at the point. Will drop it off Klingberg. In front, Pettersson. Oh, he tried the drag move. Centering pass, and that was broken up just at the last moment. Lindholm, back to Backlund. Kick stop there from Rebar. As the Swedes, boy, they've had their chances, can't convert. Nyquist battling on the near wall, has Backlund with him. Lindholm swings it across, hits the stick of Ladislav Nagy, and fittingly right into the small pocket of Slovak fans who have a souvenir at Royal Arena. Patrick Rebar playing in his first men's Worlds. He was on the 2018 Olympic team in Pyeongchang. Didn't play. He's having a game thus far. Shot 16-5 in favor of Sweden. And he stopped them all so far. As that shot from the blue line just misses. Lindholm tries to keep it in. Everberg. Oh, he gets taken down at the blue line. Everberg back up, and Lindholm has it for Sweden. Back up to Dennis Everberg. Everberg waits. Fires it down low. Had Larson streaking behind the net. Lindholm has it. Back up top. Shot. Scores! John Klingberg from the point. Ties it up at 1.
Dennis Everberg going to be rewarded with a tip in front here. He's battling for position with Boots, who just rolled him over, and John Klingberg drifts this one in. And good look at it right there. Gets a piece of something, starts falling down to squeeze past Rebar. But the quick counter for Sweden doesn't let Slovakia's defense get reset, and then generating their offense from the blue line on down in the offensive zone. Lindholm, Klingberg working it down to the front of the net. Nice tip from Everberg.
Dennis Everberg plays in the KHL. He was the guy in that initial shift that took the bump at the near blue line, got back up, and gets to that dirty part of the net. Nice tip. And he's tied it up at 1, much to the delight of the fans here at Royal Arena. With under 5 minutes to go in this first period. As De La Rose fires it back to the point. Oliver Ekman-Larsson fires. That's broken up in front. De La Rose muscled off the puck, comes back into neutral ice. Adrian Kempe wheeling, backhands it towards the net. And a hooking call.
There goes Slovakia. Kempe, the quick feet, draws one on Marchenko.
Team Slovakia, number 65,
team will go
2
back
minutes for hooking.
to the penalty kill. Craig Ramsey, longtime NHL player, longtime NHL coach, assistant coach, and was a great defensive player, and understands you can't reach with your stick in the neutral zone. Even if you let go of it, it just becomes that much more obvious. As Brett Iverson, referee from Canada, makes the call.
Craig Ramsey signing a 2-year deal with Slovakia with their program. Obviously the Olympics and the World's here, and then next year, Bratislava, Slovakia, a co-host city, so big couple years for Slovakia in their hockey program. And another power play for Sweden. Face-off control, John Klingberg. In front, Raquel. He gets taken down in front, gets back up as Oliver Ekman-Larsson tried to swing it down low, but picked off by Sekera. He fires it down the ice. Elberg Out to play it, Rickard Rakell. Dynamite season, leading the Anaheim Ducks in points this year. And leading Sweden in production as well at this tournament thus far. Oliver Ekman-Larsson winds up, fires, hits Rakell in front, bouncing puck. And found and swung down the ice by Boots as they'll go for a change. Gotta pay the price to score goals at any level, park yourself in front. Zibanejad was trying that move again. We've seen that move a few times, and that time it was picked off. Oliver Ekman-Larsson being watched by Michael Kristoff. Janmark fires it along the wall. Sekera chasing after it. Janmark takes a bump from Tchaikovsky behind the net. Tchaikovsky, Sekera out there killing this penalty, and a nice job. They flip it down the ice again. What do you like about their penalty kill?
Oh, they're winning a lot of battles. There's a 2-on-2 battle down low, and they win it, they get it clear. They're willing to block shots, and they don't get stretched out. Once the other team gets the puck in control, they don't get running around. They just concede the outside, but protect the middle.
Pettersson down low to Nyquist. Eyes Pettersson. Up top for Gustafsson. Gustafsson fans on it, but recovers and fires it down low behind the goal line. Pettersson. Back up top. Lindholm. Pettersson. Pettersson would love that one-timer if he can get it. Pettersson waits, fires, stopped in front. Gustafsson rebound, in front again. Backlund jamming, another chance. Nyquist finally buries it and scores. Gustav Nyquist, power play goal, 2-1 Sweden. The first power play goal Slovakia's given up all tournament long.
Gustav Nyquist puts himself at the side of the net, but watch the work from Michael Backlund. That is some fancy footwork from number 11 in yellow. Not only does he track down this first one, watch him try up the stick. He knows where he wants to go with it. Oh yeah, back heel over to Nyquist all alone, who takes 2 cracks to get it over top of rebar. But that's a lot of strength to tie up both defensemen and then use your feet to slip it to the man you know is wide open.
So we wondered how Sweden would respond. They trailed for the first time in the tournament on the goal from Jurko. Well, what a move here. In front, Larsson was driving the net. Got hauled down. Johan Larsson, one of the 3 Larssons on this team. A good push towards the net. And to just follow up my thought, Sweden coming back and responding. For the guys here, Mike, you have to think if Philip Forsberg and Arvidsson and Ekholm and maybe Patrick Hornquist are coming, you want to step up and show coach.
They are playing for spots in the lineup because those guys are coming over to play, so somebody will be as Slovakia gets away with a hook on Johan Larsson there. You're going to have Ekholm on their way, Arvidsson and Forsberg. Now they do have room to add a couple players without sitting anyone out. They're only dressing 18 skaters in this game. You're allowed to dress 20 skaters, 2 goaltenders, 2 more than in the NHL. So there's room to add without subtracting for 2, but not 3. Someone's gonna have to sit.
Johan Larsson loses the draw. Chip, but not out, fired back in as Jurko knocked it down briefly. Ladislav Nagy at the far wall, picks it up. The former NHLer, little backhand up ice. Janosek takes a bump and gets it in deep. Shots are 20-5 in favor of Sweden in this first period. On pace for 60, no big deal. Jurko, centering pass in front to the backhand as Janosek was coming in for the backhand. Pretty good chance. Adam Larsson in a good battle there with Ladislav Nagy. Back up to the blue line. Under a minute to go. Shot, rebound available over Nagy's stick. Pajärvi behind him, collects it and shifts it out of the dangerous area. So full credit to Patrick Rebar. Quick shot, stopped. And that's turned aside as Haschak's had a couple good opportunities in this first period. Haschak battling with Klingberg. Haschak gets it, swings it up to the blue line. On net, tipped in front. Goes to the left of Magnus Hellberg. Time winding down for Slovakia as Bakos Hashtag and Bakos below the goal line. Bakos getting watched by De La Rose. Bakos still has it. Bakos, a one-man machine, finally hauled down, and a penalty to come. So Bakos, that hard work, draws a penalty with 7.5 seconds to go in this first period.
Hampus Lindholm doesn't like it at all.
Sweden number 47,
Going to the box. And you're right, Bakos pinwheeling all the way around, slides it underneath Lindholm. And Lindholm has got a case there. I mean, that's a hand onto the thigh. Bakos lost an edge as much as anything, but when you have the puck and you're chasing, bad things are going to happen for Sweden. So with 7.5 seconds left, a quick crack.
Christoph, Jurko, Nagy out there up top.
What did that hit? That the Zamboni door.
Another one of those weird bounces. A brand new facility, Royal Arena, just opened up last year. So both teams getting used to the bounces. Sweden scoring back-to-back goals to lead 2-1 in this hockey game. Mark Rowe, Bob Airy with your intermission. Welcome back inside Royal Arena. Shots 21-8 in that first period in favor of Sweden, so obviously Magnus Hellberg was not as busy. Thomas Jurko opened up the scoring for Slovakia, the first time Sweden has trailed in this tournament. Dennis Everberg and Gustav Nyquist answering. As we say good morning to those watching back to North America very early. In Winnipeg, just after 6 a.m. Vancouver, it's 4 in the morning. And local time here, just after 1 p.m. We're in Copenhagen, Denmark. You'd think we were somewhere in Sweden when you look at the crowd, but we are in Copenhagen. Malmo, Sweden, just a 20-minute train ride over the Öresund Bridge. So the building is very full for one of our afternoon games. Brian Mudryk, Mike Johnson with you. As Sekera has it for Slovakia in his own end. As he moves it up ice to Ladislav Nagy. Chipped up to Kristoff. As Kristoff wheels in. Nagy lays a bump. But here comes one of the goal scorers in the hockey game, Everberg. He'll drop it off. Harvey on net, and that's handled by Rebar, who makes the stop. And back the other way and putting the wheels on is Kristoff. Kristoff, 2 goals in the tournament. Long shot from distance, blocked in front, as that didn't get through as Ranyak let it go. John Klingberg up ice now for Sweden. Waits, drags, fires, and Rebar just got a piece, but he got enough as it goes behind him, and now behind the net. Ranyak to Michael Tchaikovsky. Back to Ranyak. What'd you make of the first 20 minutes, Mike?
Sweden looks so good. Per usual, it just didn't fall behind, but just relentless attacking in waves. It's inevitable that they find a way to beat Rebar.
Tchaikovsky tries to drive in, has Bakos there as well. Jack back up to Bakos. Jack and Bakos. Place a pass, Ranyak at the near wall. Bakos wanted Ranyak with a no-looker. That's broken up, and De La Rose swats at it. Can't clear the zone. And eventually picked up. And that power play comes to an end as Sweden was killing off a power play. It's so funny, I didn't even notice, Mike, because it didn't feel like one.
Aggressive. They're aggressive up
like
ice.
There was one, I totally forgot.
And that's the problem for Slovakia. You have to play the offensive end a little bit more. You can't just defend.
Here's a 2-on-1 on a chance. Dragwood shot. Oh, Hellberg, what a stop. Jadosik was coming in for the back end. What a save by Magnus Hellberg.
Cannot believe it. Bad change for Sweden. Gives up a quick 2-on-1 and perfect pass. Better save. Unreal. As his Bondra opens up, he gets a lot on this one, but Hellberg coming across to deny him with the glove. Just a spectacular save for Magnus Hellberg.
David Bondra's dad, Peter, very proud of him. He played over 1,000 NHL games, now watching his son compete for Slovakia. As David Bondra, great opportunity inside Hellberg. One of his best saves as Ricard Raquel leaves it, lets it go up to the blue line. Zibanejad chips it down low for Janmark. Janmark and Raquel behind the goal line. Stretched up ahead and all the way down the ice is John Klingberg. No icing. Klingberg chips it along the near wall. Back behind the goal line as Svetana gets it up to the blue line. That shot missed by a few feet. Ariel Gurman picks it up, whacks at it. Janmark swinging at it as well. There's John Klingberg. Ricard Raquel. Boots lays the body on Raquel. And then Hellberg, I don't know what happened there. Was he tripped up behind the play? Stretch pass up ahead. Mika Zibanejad making moves. And now Hellberg
looks a little shaken up in net.
Shaking his arm.
Stretching out his back on top of the crossbar.
That was a weird play. We'll get a hopefully another look at that. It would have been his own player that tripped him. I don't know what happened behind the play, but he was down briefly.
And the worst falls are always the ones you're not prepared for. So if you're not bracing yourself, you go down, it can tweak a little something. So we'll see soon enough. He's going to move around normally now with the puck in his own end.
As Adam Larsson starts the play up ice, chips it ahead for Michael Backlund, who will chip and chase himself and drive behind the goal line. Oliver Ekman Larson couldn't get there in time to keep it in the zone. Swings it to the other Larson, his defensive partner, Adam. Ladislav Nagy tries to chip it on the near wall. That's picked off. Puck advanced into the Slovak zone. Nyquist was reaching for it as Nagy chips it in and goes for a skate. Kristoff into the corner with Nagy, but it's Pettersson who picks it up and moves it up ice. Ekman Larson making moves to the far circle. Swung around to the neutral ice area. And Gustafsson. It's Elias Anderson to Gustafsson. Gustafsson swings that up ice. Nice pass, backdoor, scores! Delarose, what a shot of the one-timer, 3-1 Sweden.
This fourth line, which has been good in the game, strikes again. And Slovakia thinks we're in good space in a line change, but Wickstrand jumps up in the play, and that creates a quick 3-on-2. Give and go, and how about the velocity of this pass from Kempe? Rips it across the ice, and Delarose able to handle it. Makos can't get over in time, and neither can Rebar. He's not even set. That's not easy to do. Shoot a one-timer on a pass that hard. Delarose shows great strength to get that one crisply to the net.
Montreal Canadiens second rounder back in 2013. Jakob Delarose making a 3-1 game on Sweden's first shot of the period, so making the shots count.
Well, you think Slovakia's off to a good start. They're playing in the offensive zone. And then just like that, bad line change, transition play, deactivation, and it's 3-1.
Everberg swings it along the wall. Everberg has it again, picks it up in the circle. Dennis Everberg had a goal in the first period. Larson back up to the point. Long shot, Klingberg tipped in front with a high stick, it looks like. And it was. Play continues with Boots behind the net. Everberg meets him in the corner. Pajärvi chasing after it. Delarose. So back-to-back real quality shifts here from this fourth line. As Christian Jaros trying to move in on himself, his teammates changing behind, and Jaros will go for a change as well. There's a turnover in the Swedish zone. Makos, fire stop, rebound in front. Oh, just chipped high as Hasek. Makos and Hasek, they've been creating offensively for Slovakia in this hockey game as Hasek, frustrated, was bumped off his stick, lost it, and changes off as he's yelling at the officials. Adam Janosik spins and fires it in. It looks like Hellberg's going to be just fine. Hasn't called for a trainer, but he's still working at it, Mike. He's still sort of working the body.
He's not really had to face a shot to that last Hasek chance, which went just wide.
Hasek's stick is actually still on the ice right in front of the Slovak bench. They don't even care to pick it up at all. Wrapped in another weird bounce. Weird bounce right in front of Rebar as Zibanejad goes to work.
Just to hang in the net anytime the puck gets up in the glass.
It's just not worth it. Adam Larson winds, fires, oh, tipped just wide. Raquel in a goal scorer spot right in front. He just missed the redirect. Single. Drops that off, long shot tipped. And that didn't miss by much over Hellberg. Bouncing puck is Tchaikovsky. Upsends Janmark. As Sweden has scored here in the second to lead 3-1. We saw a few replays, Mike, why Marcel Hashtag was upset. Adrian Kempe had 2 sticks in his hand for a while.
Yeah.
And then he dropped it.
Tore the stick out of Hashtag's hands.
And Adam Larsson collides with his own net, and that wasn't on purpose. He took a pretty good shoulder and drove into the net behind Hellberg.
It's been a bit of a tricky period for Hellberg here after the fall. Then the shot he can't control. Hashtag chips one just wide, and that's where being 6'7" helps. See how it grazes his shoulder? Hellberg doesn't even really move. He just trusts that his big frame will take up the top of the net, and it does. But Hashtag has been around the front of the net, took a penalty for goaltender interference. He's had a couple good chances on the rush. One of the more noticeable players, and I think Magnus Hellberg right now is talking about that fall with the referee. See him still working out that right shoulder a little bit.
Coming into this game, Mike Hellberg, pretty solid. His top 50 of 52 shots. He beat Belarus with a shutout 5-0. Beat the Czech. That was a close game, 3-2. But Anders Nielsen, the Vancouver Canucks, he shutouted France, shutouted Austria. 28 stops so far in the tournament for Anders Nielsen.
Tough to evaluate goaltenders against France, Austria, and Belarus. You know, just to the disparity in talent. So the numbers look great, but was he really being tested?
Look at Adrian Kempe of the LA Kings.
Playing with a little bit more confidence today than he probably garnered in his expanded role last game.
Face-off control as Sekera fires it towards the net and misses the mark as Yorko is looking to tip home his second of the game. Yorko can't handle it, comes in a neutral ice area, and Sekera has it. He'll play it along the near wall to Ladislav Nagy. Kristoff. Yorko. Top line over Slovakia. Yorko spinning behind the nets. Kristoff lost that puck battle, and Michael Backlund moves it up ice for Sweden. Backlund will chip it in behind Patrick Rebar. Pettersson comes away with it. Here's Pettersson behind the net. Oh, what a move. Setting up far circle. Elias Pettersson been fanned on. He's tried to shoot it in. Tchaikovsky picks it up and gets it to Sekera.
You see what a good stick handling move can do, though. Kristoff was all ready to close intensely and physically on it. Pettersson, he went with that one big toe drag, and Kristoff just backed right off that. You know what? You can have your space. I don't want to get beat like that. And that's the kind of hand that Pettersson brings every shift. He's not happy with the fan shot, but you get a sense of how skill can dictate the way people cover you. The more skill you have, in many ways, the more time you're given.
Saw Pettersson the first time at the U18s in North Dakota when they won a silver medal, and you could just tell the skill set even at that age, and it's just continued. The SHL in Sweden, and now his first men's World Hockey Championship, making an impact as Yorko lays the body behind the goal line. Approaching the midway point of the second period, Mika Zibanejad has it, long shot. That misses the mark as Ricard Raquel picks it up. Janmark, Zibanejad making moves, cross pass, shot, stopped. Great look in front from Wickstrand, who doesn't get a lot of ice time on the back end, but a 6'2" defenseman, a nice shot there. Gustafsson picks it up for Sweden. Fires it into neutral ice, intercepted and cleared back into the Swedish zone. Mika Zibanejad brings it over the blue line. Zibanejad, Janmark trailing. Gonna chip it behind the net to Janmark, who picks it up near circle. Janmark dishes, Zibanejad, who's a big body. Waits, head up, Zibanejad plays it behind the net. Ricard Raquel. He's knocked down off the puck. Gets back up as the Slovaks. Long stretch pass up to Hashtag. Hashtag, John Klingberg meets him and picks off that opportunity. It's Johan Larsson. Gets dumped in the near wall by Smetana. Boots picks it up. Patrick Smetana and Boots now playing some pass, working together in the offensive zone. Smetana, though, loses it, and Johan Larsson moves it up ice, right near the Swedish bench. As we're through the midway point now of this second period. As Rebar nearly got caught, but quick to play it up to Boots. As Boots moves it up to Bondra, who had that great scoring chance just a few minutes ago. John Klingberg has it with the Slovaks changing behind the play up to Magnus Pajärvi. Pajärvi accepts the return pass and walks in. Pajärvi dangles. Pajärvi to the forehand in front. Another opportunity shot as Oliver Ekman-Larsson let it go. Didn't get through. We've seen Pajärvi try that move before.
He likes that little backhand side toe drag and then power cut. Oh, big hit on Bondra laid into Ekman-Larsson, who is slow to get up.
Elias Anderson waiting for help. Sends it back. Shot. Didn't get through. It was blocked as Oliver Ekman-Larsson got back up. And a pretty good scoring opportunity. Led all Swedes at ice time.
He's going off
gingerly.
No weight on his left foot.
So keep an eye on number 23 for the Swedes.
He's feeling that hit from Bondra. Bondra got him hard.
Larson stretches it up ice. Kempe puts on the brakes. All the way back up to Larson. He handles it cleanly and gets it down low. Gustafsson swings it towards the front of the net. Didn't get through. Adam Larsson getting in deep. The Founds getting into it at Royal Arena. And Mario Gurman picks it up and moves it up ice for the Slovaks. Up to Janusik. That pass in the skates and broken up. As Michael Kristoff drives in deep. Tough angle shot. Nobody home. Ladislav Nagy there at the far wall. Nagy and Jurko working together. Jurko dishes it back to the blue line. Over to Sekera. Sekera waiting in. Sekera wrap around try in front, but nobody home.
Jurko was right there. He just couldn't spot the puck coming up from behind the net.
And now a 2-on-1. Pass across, shot off the bar. What a chance as the captain played setup man Michael Backlund, but Pettersson couldn't convert. Gustav Nyquist now hustling back. Lays the body. Klingberg behind the net. Klingberg's on it as Pettersson. Pettersson assessing things, head up in his own zone. Pettersson fires it up to the blue line, finds Mika Zibanejad. Janmark engaging for the puck, can't get there. Moved up ice for Deluga. Deluga over the blue line, tried to thread it across, and Deluga was tied up.
Klingberg was caught by surprise on how quickly Loga can accelerate there. Beat Klingberg to the middle just with his speed.
Had Horgorkin lined up, couldn't get the pass away inside. Lindholm, good hustle to keep it in. One-time shot stopped in tight. As Janmark, part of that top line with a real good look. Sweden leads. That was cool to see a couple of first-rounders chatting on the bench. Pettersson and Anderson as we come back from commercial break, talking things over, their first men's world championship.
So, do you think you're going to be in the NHL next year? Yeah, I don't know. Do you think you're going to be in the NHL? My team's rebuilding. Huh, so is mine.
My people are like, hey, what are you looking at for your contract? You're a player, right? Isn't that what they'd be talking about?
First-rounders always get the cap anyways. They're not worried about it. Here's that last chance. Jurko, he's trying to spot the puck. He can't see it come through Gustafsson. Any touch at all, and it's in the net. And just missed. A couple really good opportunities for Slovakia. And then this one, Backlund over to Pettersson. He drops to a knee, elevates, but just shoves it wide. Puck was pulling tight to his legs. You think about Slovakia, that chance for Jurko, the 2-on-1 to Bondra. They have been as good, if not the better team in the second period. And yet they're losing the period 1-0.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson back out there. That shot hit a body in front, didn't get through. So good to see number 23 back on the ice with Adam Larsson, the top D pairing here for Sweden. He's approaching 600 career NHL games. Rickard Rakell in front. Zibanejad had him, but Zibanejad couldn't accept that pass. Oliver Ekman-Larsson swings it across. Rickard Rakell, the backhand in deep to Zibanejad. He drops. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, backdoor, and that was broken up just in time by Martin Theraveri, the 19-year-old from Bratislava. Then a big hit right in front of the Swedish bench again. That's Oliver Ekman-Larsson involved.
He's only doing that because he's mad. He almost never hits. He's just irritated that he got blown up, so he's going to return the favor as Adam Larsson, usually the one doing the hitting.
Behind the play, Adam Larsson just hog-tied Bondra, and they're still chatting things over right in front of the ref. Adams had enough, and finally they're back up. Play continues. Bondra's going for a change. That was pretty funny.
You don't mind that if you're Adam Larsson. Sit there all day.
He was just sitting on him. Bouncing puck to Bondra. Moved up to Marchenko. Marchenko fires it on net. Hellberg, no problem there. And as the Slovaks are changing, Gustav Nyquist will flip it behind the net. Jumping on is Gustafsson, and Gustafsson able to keep it in. Bouncing puck in front. Back pass to the forehand. Oh, what a tugboat, Pettersson. Are you kidding? The confidence on this kid. He just tried to toe drag through the legs and pull the trigger.
He's going to show Philip Forsberg he's not the only one on the Swedish team who can do that.
Elias Pettersson, worth your ticket. In front, Gustafsson fires and stopped. Oh, what a nice stop from Patrick Rebar as Gustafsson from the back end was moving in. I think he thought he was Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Then a bad hit. Everberg hit hard from behind. That was Tchaikovsky hitting him. And another hit, knee on knee. This time, they're going to call it. And yeah, they're not happy, obviously. Knee on knee, and now Marchenko standing up. We'll sort it all out when we come back.
Team Slovakia, number 2, 2 minutes for tripping.
More impressive, the moves that Doug Pettersson was trying to put on Rebar, the save from Rebar. So Sekera is in the box, Sweden to the power play. Up top, Oliver Ekman-Larsson fires. Hit some traffic in front, didn't get through.
Andrej Sekera in the box. A little trip on John Klingberg to send him there, so not only is your captain in the box, your best penalty killers as well. And clean up a little bit. That's just a trip. That's not a bad knee. You're not moving that fast. No one's going to get hurt. Just a trip. And Sweden back to the power play.
They came in having the 5th-ranked power play. The special team's always a factor. I mean, it's one thing to take on certain of the weaker nations in your group, but once you get to that quarterfinal round, a penalty or a shorthanded goal can be all the difference.
Especially in a one single game elimination. The margins get even smaller.
Play continues behind the goal line. Mika Zibanejad has it near corner. Rickard Rakell.
His stick is stuck in the wall. In the door where the guys go off.
That's amazing. This is not amazing if you're Sweden. Breaking in shot, scores! What a shot, Marek Deluga. Short-handed goal as he buries it, and I can't believe that stick was stuck in the glass the way it was.
Brian, you just talked about what a short-handed goal could do for a team, and Slovakia gets itself right back in this game with the speed of Marek Deluga. Just takes off, shot out of the cannon. Zibanejad had to drop his stick at the other end as it's stuck in the door right here. So he can't play anymore. Puck hits it, kicks out, and Rickard Rakell doesn't keep a puck in. Deluga pokes it loose and just skates on in, and that great speed shovels it upstairs short side. Hellberg has to respect the fact that he can go post to post. And he gets down early, and a lone Slovakian fan deserves to celebrate in that crowd. Cutting the deficit to just one.
That is the second shorthanded goal for Slovakia in this tournament. And now the Slovaks pull within one, a little bit of life, but still power play time for Sweden. One-time shot, Gustafsson let it go. And all the way into neutral ice territory, so Lindholm has to back up and reset on this power play with 41 seconds to go. Sekera in the box for Slovakia. Backlund parked in front. As Gustafsson swings it across. Gustav Nyquist. The captain Backlund waiting in front of the net. Sweden continues to work around. Pettersson. Nyquist waiting. It's a body, hit Tchaikovsky in front, and play continues. 13 seconds to go. Nyquist waiting, fires, that hits part of the bar and stays out. Gustav Nyquist gets the pass back. Gustafsson, Nyquist waits, down low. Penalty comes to an end. Backlund fighting for it. Gustafsson to Nyquist, sent across for Pettersson. The far circle, couldn't get the shot off. So a short-handed goal and a great penalty kill here for Slovakia with under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Puck is freed in the slot, in front, and just slid wide. As Adam Larsson had a pretty good look in the slot area. Was hoping for the tip, but it missed the mark entirely, and Patrick Rebar didn't have to make a save. Adam Larsson slings it in, bouncing behind the net. De La Rose driving in on German. He takes a bump. German advancing the puck, and they move it up ice. Bakos is looking for German. He falls and loses an edge, and play will be whistled down offside.
You get a sense of how fast Marek Deluga was going, 35 kilometers an hour. The speed catches Rakell, and then Ladislav Nagy wisely defers. That's a nice release for a defenseman as well. A pretty good celebration. Hands up, I'm hugging somebody. He grabs the referee, takes him down gently.
That was a Canadian too, Brett Iverson.
He knows how to take a hit.
Having a hug there. So a one-goal hockey game.
That gives Slovakia life, though, heading into the intermission. Down just one. What a change that penalty kill turns out to be.
Battle continues in the far wall as Elias Anderson, the New York Rangers first rounder, trying to kick it loose. Kempe in there as well. Shots 5 aside in this period for both teams as we're into the final minute, second period. Adam Larsson works it down low. Kempe tried to drive it and get a shot off, and that's intercepted and broken up. Pavorka starts to play backhand in front. Oh, jammed away, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson's there, and a late hit right in front of the nets. And Hasek, surprise, surprise, he's been involved in Bakos and everything offensively. There's some shenanigans after the whistle.
A little conversation to boot. As this line again, making nice plays at the blue line, getting it down to the net. Deflection by Ekman-Larsson. Puts it into Hellberg. Slovakia looking for a power play after the scrum at the end. Not going to be, but Hasek has made his presence felt.
Kristoff to take the draw, unable to win it. Play goes to the near wall. Ladislav Nagy trying to release that puck as Kristoff with him. Jurko has it, quick shot. Nearly fooled Hellberg, but he had the post squeezed. And a good quick release. You know, this game, Mike, reminiscent to the one that they played against the Czech Republic. The Czechs were tough, they hung around, and they won't go away on you, they just won't.
No, Czechs are probably a little bit better defensively than Slovakia, but you're right. It'd be easy after getting up 21 shots in the first period to think we are getting overwhelmed in this game, but some timely goals, penalty killing, hanging around, helping them out, and a shorthanded marker, goaltender playing well, and they're right here. You gotta remember that Slovakia needs points out of this game. Sweden wants them. Slovakia really does need points out of this game. One minimum, preferably two, to keep their hopes alive. So they should be playing with the appropriate desperation that that situation requires. As the pegging system on these nets is very strange. In that in the NHL, when the nets come off, the referees just put the peg back in the ice, the net on top of the peg, and call it a game. Every time they come off now, a rink attendant with a drill has to come out to re-drill the mooring to reset the net.
Mike, over in Herning, Latvia leading Germany 1-0 in the marquee game later on tonight. It will be Finland and Canada. That will be massive for implications and who could win that group. Obviously, the United States very much in the mix. They have an off day. They'll be watching that game closely. Canada basically has to win and then hope Finland can take down the United States, so they hope to win the group.
Well, Canada wins today. That secures a top 2 spot for them. And then if the States lose a point, just one, to Finland in their last game, then that would be first for Canada. And first matters a lot in that other bracket, for sure.
So right
as it does over here.
Right off the hop, Pajärvi was chasing after it, comes into neutral ice area. Pajärvi swings in as Dennis Everberg, who has a goal in this hockey game, chasing after it, but that should do it for the second period as the Slovaks chip it in deep. Jurko and Nagy skating after it. So a short-handed goal by Slovakia in this second period, making things interesting. A one-goal game. Your intermission coming up shortly. Mark Rowe and Bob Aaron. It is A9 IIHF World Hockey Championship, Game 1 of our triple header here on TSN. And Patrick Rebar has been fantastic in net, obviously down by a goal, but he has been brilliant. Magnus Hellberg allowing 2 goals in this hockey game, now 4 total in the tournament for Sweden. Shots 26-14 in the game in favor of Sweden, but Marek Deluga, a short-handed goal. And Mike, you always talk about special teams. That's really given Slovakia a bit of life here in this hockey game. 20 minutes remaining and a chance to pick up key points for their group.
It'd be a tall task to score 2 or 3 in a period against Sweden. They go on the penalty kill late in the period. Could maybe go down 4-1 end of the game, except they make it 3-2. And now the energy, the chatter, the feeling in the dressing room would be way different after 2 for Slovakia.
We start 5-on-5 here in this third period. And Rickard Rakell backhands it. Ladislav Nagy, longtime NHLer, chasing after the puck. It's kept in and fired back around for Janmark. Janmark whips it back along the boards. Nagy can't get there in time. Long shot, and Rebar makes the stop. Janmark chips it below the goal line to Rickard Rakell. Rakell continues to engage behind the goal line. Jakovsky flips it to neutral ice area, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who's been logging big minutes in this hockey game, swings it across ice for Adam Larsson and gets it right back. Michael Backlund, long flipping shot over Rebar as Elias Pettersson chasing after it. Pettersson picks it up, has Backlund with him. Pettersson in front, Backlund could get it from the point, long shot right in front. Backlund looking for a rebound, but Patrick Rebar covered up.
You see the skill that Klingberg has that creates so much offense. There are many different ways to shoot the puck from the point. You can take slappers, you can take one-timers, and Klingberg, little catch and release, change the angle. The whole point is you get it down to the front of the net, put pressure on the goaltender, the opposition defense, and give your guys down in front a chance to make something happen. He is as good as anyone at it.
Backlund, Nyquist, Pettersson out for Sweden. Back to the blue line, and looking for the home run was David Bondra. He sniffed an opportunity, but couldn't get there in time. It's broken up.
Gustav Nyquist grabs another one. David Bondra almost had one, the save of the tournament, maybe. Hellberg on the one-timer, 2-on-1. And he takes it away. David Bondra wears the same number 12 that his dad, Peter, did. Long time. Great NHLer.
David played in the BCHL, NCAA hockey with Michigan State University. As John Klingberg moves it up ice, Michael Backlund has it. He chips it up ahead for Pettersson. Pettersson and Backlund on the far wall. As Bakosh sends it back, and that's moved up ice for Oboroka. Bakosh swings it down below the goal line for Hashtag. Hashtag bumping his man. They continue to battle. John Klingberg's going to dump it in deep, and Everberg gives chase. As Dennis Everberg was trying to pick it up, swung to the near wall. Gustafsson fires, tipped, didn't get through the net. Wickstrand, good job to reel it back in. Everberg dishes it along the boards as Gustafsson wraps it back to Everberg. Everberg to Wickstrand. Good work here from Sweden, applying some offensive zone pressure. And finally comes back behind the goal line with Patrick Rebar, and the Slovaks.
Hold on, Payarby's left foot, he could barely put any weight on it, going off the ice in a strange way as well.
So maybe a good thing the recruits are on the way.
That's right, can't forget Philip Forsberg, Victor Arvidsson, Mattias Ekholm on their way over.
De La Rose on the blue line fires towards Anderson, and it's out of play, and rumored maybe Patrick Hornquist, another name being tossed around, but not official.
They have 4 spots available. You see Payarby on the bench. Little slash in the back of the calf. Well, there it is on the side of the knee. And it doesn't even have to be that hard. You get the tendon there, and it's like you have a dead knee. You see, he can't even feel his leg. It's like a stinger going down your leg. You're wondering what's happening. After a while, the feeling does come back.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson works it down low as we're through 3 minutes in this third period. Back Back up to the point. Long shot, missed the mark. Swung back behind the goal line. As Janmark. Top line over. Carver Kell behind the net, using his body to protect the puck. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Adam Larsson. Sweden continues to cycle. Rickard Rakell wanted Adam Larsson. Lost his footing, fell. And Slovakia able to clear it. Bouncing puck right in front of Hellberg. A turnover. Quick shot. Didn't get through. As Kudrna nearly took advantage of a Sweden turnover. Sent up to Christian Jaros. Jaros in. Centering pass in front. Shot. And that's off a skate in front. And a Slovakian player right into the crease. That was Kristoff, who has 2 goals in the tournament. Jaros fires towards the net. Wanted Ladislav Nagy for the redirect. Down low to Jurko. Jurko. Nice little backhand in front, but in the skates, and Anderson has it. He'll chip it out of the zone. Adrian Kempe giving chase. Jaros has it. Long stretch pass. Broken up. And Kristoff has it. Shot, stop. Hellberg covers up as Michael Kristoff. Pretty good look there from that far circle.
Another good start for Slovakia, defending well, creating when they can. Jaros jumps up, gets the puck out to Jurko, who's a bit stronger on his stick than Kempe. Always easier to be strong if you have the bottom stick as opposed to coming over the top. And Kristoff drives the net, trying his best to avoid Hellberg. That's how Slovakia have to play, though. Even in a good period, they're not going to have the puck all the time. Defend well when you can, and try to be opportunistic on your counter-attacking opportunities.
John Klingberg behind his goal line. Starts to play up ice for Sweden. Again, intercepted. John Klingberg. Working in the corner. Bakos trying to free the puck loose. It does come free, but a little too free as it's all the way down into the Slovakian zone. Picked up by Martin Ferveri. Ferveri, the young blue liner. Chips it up to Bakos. Bakos sends it across the ice. Play continues in front of the Swedish bench. Pettersson loses it in his skates. Lindholm, a nice job, picks it up, fires, and that's off the stick behind the net, bouncing puck. And eventually, Patrick Rebar is going to cover things up.
No slowing down the Swedish defense corps. They are still pushing forward. They can't help themselves. It's in their nature. Lindholm, Ekman-Larsson, Klingberg all want to get up, as does Gustafsson. So that is just part of their game. That is not going to change no matter what the score is.
Mika Zibanejad, 6th overall draft pick of Ottawa back in 2011. Wins the draw, bouncing puck, and controlled by Gurman. Gurman, who starts the play up ice. Boots driving the net. Bouncing puck, Hellberg reaches back. David Boots, what a chance, Hellberg. Outstanding save for Sweden.
That was a tough one. Boots gets a tip on it, bounces in the air, and how about that little Sidney Crosby poke towards the far side? And Magnus Hellberg has to be quick. Very difficult to read this. This is just straight athleticism. Find it with the glove quickly and trap it. Boots was looking to even things up. This is the difference between, I think, Hellberg and Nilsson, is that when there are moments when you have to be an athlete and have to just rely on a non-technical save. Hellberg a little bit stronger in that area than Anders Nilsson.
Boots losing the draw. Adam Larsson, a little backhand. Up to Johan Larsson. Boots, though, watching him. And Boots gets hauled down in neutral ice territory. Sent to the far wall. Dennis Everberg chips in for Pajärvi. So Pajärvi, after shaking off that whack that he got, appears to be fine. Pajärvi behind the goal line. Works it for Everberg and Johan. Larsson also out there. Adam Larsson chips it to Johan Larsson. Johan Larsson, good job to get the puck. Back up to Adam Larsson, to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. All three Larssons out of the ice, getting a workout. And a hit from behind as Adam Janosik laid out his man. Steal, sent through the blue paint, but nobody there. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Larsson Back up to Larson. It's Oliver Ekman Larson. Payarvi drops for Kempe. Kempe stick it busted. He had to drop it. Couldn't play or he would have taken a penalty. So alertly.
Also, Payarvi back on the ice. Knee feeling okay. Took a wheel. Showed no ill effects of that slash on the knee.
Villarose, the backhand and into the bench for a stoppage here at Royal Arena. Just after 2 p.m. local time in Copenhagen, over in Herning, Latvia 2-0 lead over Germany. Latvians took the Americans to the brink as well. They needed overtime. The USA did to beat Latvia.
Looks like that group will come down to Latvia and Denmark play each other.
Here's a stretch pass up ice, set across, shot, scores! Ladislav Nagy, your old teammate, buries it and tied up at 3.
Ladislav Nagy, opportunistic on their counterattacking opportunities. Kristoff slashes here through the seam. Quick 2-on-1, nice pass, and Hellberg reaching with the blocker, not quite as dynamic as with the glove. And Nagy finishes it nicely, just inside the post, get it up, get some velocity on it, and get yourself a tie game. In a game that Sweden dominated in the first period, Slovakia has chipped away the shorthanded goal, and they're all tied up.
Nagy won gold back in 2002, bronze 2003, nearly 500 NHL games, and at 38 years young, ties it up with Sweden. What a storyline here at Royal Arena. As the puck is ice, John Klingberg back to touch up.
Well, we saw the Czechs beat the Russians. No one thought it was possible there. Now Slovakia pushing the Swiss, and there's the pass right there. Pettersson caught up a little bit too high. Hampus Lindholm hugging the wall because he's trusting coverage back up the middle, and between Klingberg and Pettersson, they don't get the job done. Ladislav Nagy gets his first in the tournament. And move you to tears.
21 shots for Sweden in that first period, just 8 since in a 3-3 tie. Swung in front. Zibanejad whacks at it, fires, tries again. Raquel following up. Kept in by John Klingberg. Zibanejad, he'll drop that off. Kempe jumping on the ice, he'll dish it off. Rickard Raquel gives and goes in front, and Zibanejad couldn't jam it home.
Kempe getting first line responsibilities here now. Rickard Raquel switches things up.
Here's Zibanejad. Rickard Raquel, drop pass near circle, picked off. And Nagy moves it up ice. He's got some jump in his step now. Nagy, the give and go, hauled down. And play continues. Jurko over the blue line. Thomas Jurko creating quick shot, rebound. That was a weird shot. They thought he was tied up, at least I did, and he still got the shot away. As we approach the midway point of this third period in a 3-3 tie, a short-handed goal by the Slovaks near the end of the second. And now the equalizer here in 3 from Ladislav Nagy. It's Michael Backlund drives the net. Anderson poked out of his reach, and Bakos moves it up ice. Adam Janusik pinned along the near wall. brought in offside. And Latvia, another goal, Mike Johnson, 3-0 now over Germany.
They're pulling away. That game getting out of hand. This one's getting tighter as Zibanejad shows the strength here. Watch him engage the body. Slide through and find that puck a little quicker than Deloga. And Rebar, who has been rock solid in this game, makes another save.
Zibanejad 6'2", 225. And we talked about this at lunch the
Yeah.
other day. He's just a bigger body than you remember. And
You see
he's
him
a big guy.
in his equipment, and he looks like he's my size. And then I was in the elevator with him today, and he's not. He's, I'm 6'2", 200, and he is significantly 10% heavier than I am. And he plays heavy in moments like that. When you push him off the puck, you can't. He's a strong, strong player on
But
his
you've
skates.
been working out on this trip, so in his defense, he put on about 10 pounds of muscle this trip.
I gotta say, 10 pounds of something, it's not muscle.
Play is chipped into Sweden zone. Oliver Ekman-Larsson's back. He'll swing it behind the goal line. Nearly turned over. Slovakia on the attack, and centering pass from David Boots off the skate and all the way down the ice. Christian Jaros back to play it for Deluga. Deluga leading the charge, drives towards the net, bouncing puck in front to the forehand. All fired up high. Haschak had an open net, but it bounced over his stick. Momentum, Slovaks right now, another turnover. That shot off stick shatters. Tough break for Bakos. Lumber explodes in his hands. He's got to get a new stick. Lindholm carries over the blue line, and that's picked off. So Sweden, their own worst enemy last few minutes or so. A lot of turnovers as Kristoff head up, drops off for Nagy. Ladislav Nagy has it poked out back into neutral ice as De La Rose was watching him closely. Hellberg out of his net with Yurko, though, moving in with speed. He had to be careful. Michael Backlund to Lindholm. Gustafsson stretches that up for Nyquist, who chips it up ahead. Play continues on the near wall. And the chippy game continues, and Sweden, after a pretty fantastic first 20, on their heels a bit. Hellberg makes the stop. Wraparound try off the skate. Still bouncing in the slot. And again, Kudrna with a good look. He's parked in front. Andre Kudrna tried that wraparound. Single. Watched by Backlund. Single battling with Kudrna. Single continues to work on the captain. Comes back up to the blue line. Fired back in. Lucas Single. Being watched by Wickstrand. Single, a good shift, trying to protect that puck. Kudrna swings it around. Gurman moving into the near wall. And finally loses the battle. And Backlund's got to be tired. He's been out there a long time. Michael Backlund, weak shot in front. And Pajärvi tipped it wide. And Backlund's going to slowly skate off for a change with just over 8 minutes to go in this third period. Everberg had that in his skates, but Boots fires, rebound in front. Boots has had a couple of great opportunities in this hockey game. Oliver Ekman-Larsson trying to settle it down. The two Larssons out on the back end. Adam Larsson behind his own net, being watched by Smetana. Up to Everberg. Bouncing puck, and Tchaikovsky whacks it away from him. Sekera giving chase, has his Pajärvi. Pajärvi, 10th overall pick of the Oilers back in 2009. Stick shatters, puck continues, and played up to the point for Sweden. Adam Larsson fires, didn't get through. Kicked down by Ladislav Nagy with Yurko. Here's Nagy, weaving. Oh, tried to go right around Larsson and did, but couldn't get the shot off, and Hellberg will cover up. It's getting interesting here at Royal Arena. Tied at 3. Later on this afternoon from Royal Arena in Copenhagen, we'll have Belarus and Austria, and that game is key not to make the medal round per se, but for relegation purposes.
That is their gold medal game for those two countries.
Yep. Austria just winning the D1 tournament and coming up. And the Belarusians, they've been up since 2004, a coaching change mid-tournament, so we'll see how that shakes out for them. And a big game coming up later this afternoon on TSN NHL Network. In the meantime, Sweden with their hands full right now. Slovakia fighting back. Bakos, long shot. Hellberg steers that aside as Hashtag skates after it, skates by it. And Sweden on the puck, stretched up ahead. Hierby, Everberg going harder than that. He was taken down. Play continues. Bakos, little backhand. Stretched up ahead. A little bit of space to the forehand. Hellberg, glove stop again. Daluga nearly beat him, but Hellberg, that glove has been fantastic.
Daluga does not want to hear anything about Klingberg or Ekman Larsson. I'm the offensive defenseman. His feet are getting him in the rush left and right. The puck slips underneath Zibanejad's stick, and he's in alone. It's a pretty similar angle as to what he scored on. Short-handed, and Hellberg make one save, and there's another missed chance for both Havorka and Haschak. Havorka skipped over his stick. The Czechs continue to push, not holding back at all after tying the game.
Shots 9-4 Slovakia in this period.
Wow.
They also just announced Cello crowd, just under 13,000 at Royal Arena. I would say 90% of them from Sweden. There's a turnover as Boots gives and drives with Bondra. Boots wanted to go towards the net, couldn't get the pass as Bondra continues to work, as does Adam Larsson, who swings it up ice. Janmark racing after it. Janmark and Fairbury in a battle, and the puck bounces in front, so Rebar, he covers up.
An important development in this game has been Slovakia's ability to control this first line of Raquel, Zibanejad, and Janmark, who were so dominant early on, and Ricard Gronberg's team has been on their heels the last 25 minutes of this game. Craig Ramsey has to be delighted with how his team has responded, playing their best game in the tournament by far.
Sweden on an 11-game winning streak at the World Hockey Championship. Their last loss, USA 4-3 back in 2017, so they've been on a roll. Gustafsson tracks back into his own zone, moves it up to Nyquist, little backhand up ahead. As Pedersen gives chase, Sekera. In a battle, bouncing puck to the left of Rebar. And a good job for Sweden to keep it in, at least momentarily, as Gustafsson has it. Mikael Wickstrand chips it in deep. Michael Backlund, the captain, behind the goal line, trying to get it up to Yarko. He moves it all the way down the ice, and that should be an icing call. It is for a face-off in front of Patrick Rebar.
Yarko opened the scoring in today's game. That first line is playing like it for Slovakia. Nagy's got one, Yarko's got one. And there haven't been many tense moments for anyone who supports Sweden, players, coaches at all in this tournament. They're getting their first dose of stiff competition today.
Zibanejad wins the draw, held in at the blue line by Klingberg, at least for the time being, as Ladislav Nagy brings it out. Yurko puts on the brakes, feeds Nagy. As they continue to battle behind the net, Ladislav Nagy and Mika Zibanejad. Yurko, he picks it up. Yurko fires, Hellberg makes the stop. Nagy back to pursue after that puck, but it comes back in a neutral ice area. Long stretch pass up ahead as Patrick Smetana chips it behind the goal line. David Bondra had a great opportunity in this hockey game. Smetana, Bondra. As David Boots goes over his stick, fired back in. Smetana. Circling, wanted Bondra, hit him in the skates. Puck still bouncing in that near corner with under 5 minutes to go in this third period.
Lutz has
Belarus.
got lots of energy in this game. He is buzzing in this third period. Number 17 for the Slovakian team.
His boots are moving, as is Kempe. Brings it over his own blue line. Kempe still has the puck, tries to backhand it into the zone, and is unsuccessful as Sweden change it. Under 4 minutes remaining. Puck chipped into the near wall, sent down the ice. Lies Pettersson in a foot race, and he can't get there in time, so icing the call.
Slovakia is not quite at the point, their roster, to know that to need 3 points. They don't have to win this game in regulation. They're not really competing in Sweden, so it's not about keeping points out of Sweden's pocket. They probably need 2 and then some help. So 2 would do wonders for their case to try and track down the 4th spot.
Long stretch pass up ahead. Pettersson waits, fires. That's high. He whistled it high and wide. Good look for Pettersson as Bakos picks it up, swings it across the ice. That shot didn't get through. To the forehand. They jab away another chance. Hashtag, how many chances can he have in this hockey game? I guess he needs a few more because Hashtag just can't finish. Pettersson to Nyquist. Pettersson gets tripped behind the play. Fans don't like it, and he's pushed off hard from behind. Play continues. Pettersson's not a big guy, but he got dumped twice. Michael Backlund swings it along the boards to the far wall. Pettersson off for a change. Gustav Nyquist working hard for the puck. As Rickard Raquel swinging at it as well. And eventually controlled by Slovakia. Single. Chips it into the corner. Under 3 minutes to go. The fans anxious inside Royal Arena. Sold out crowd. And that'll be icing as Sekera touches up.
You said it. Hashtag has been all over the net from the first period on. And here's another one. Drives wide. Takes it across the front. There's 1. And he kicks the other one. There's 2. Just slides it wide, although Hellberg probably had it covered. The focus of Hellberg on the puck is amazing. All the bodies and sticks flying around him, and he's laser locked in on the puck.
You think wearing 87, you know, he bat that out of midair, no problem. But
Well, sometimes it's not just the number.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the guy who's actually wearing the jersey, but
other 87's pretty good.
otherwise I should put 87 on next time I play.
Well, we were talking about you working out. You'd be maybe like 88, like a Lindros, more bulky, with the nice hands. Here's Janmark over the blue line. Janmark driving behind the net. Tchaikovsky manhandles him. Chip to the slot. Zibanejad, oh, he was ready to tee that one-timer up. Couldn't get the shot off. Larson to the far circle. Zibanejad. Back door, looking for Oliver Ekman. Larson, Janmark. Little collision there and flipped into the neutral ice area. Slovakia is off for a change. Oliver Ekman Larson swings it cross country, gets the pass back behind the net. Johan Larsson's pass back broken up momentarily, but Adam Larsson able to get it back into the zone. He continues to work right in front of the Slovak bench. Chippy play continues at the far wall, eventually cleared out of the zone. Adam Larsson up to Kempe. Kempe steps over the blue line. Kempe waits on net. Pettersson takes a bump. Kept it neatly at the blue line though. Nice job from Kempe. Pettersson, he's battling. Swung to Jaros with 42 seconds remaining, and Slovakia can feel it right now. What a comeback in this game. Single tries to backhand it in deep as he goes for a change. Again, Sweden score a late one. Nearly too many men on the ice there as Sweden was changing up. Puck battle continues at the far wall with 20 seconds to go. John Klingberg starts it up ice. Icing's waved off, picked up behind the net. turnover. You don't want to turn it over to this guy. Nyquist, backhand pass, tied up. Who stopped Nyquist? 4 seconds remaining. One last chance. Far circle, shot, didn't get through. And that will do it as Slovakia ensures themselves crucial points in this game, and we'll see how many points.
Well, they got the one they needed. Now they have the opportunity to get a second. They went to overtime in their first game in this tournament, lost a heartbreaker to the Czechs. Can they get the all-important second point against Sweden? But they played very well. Better team the last 2 periods in this one.
3-on-3 overtime coming up from Royal Arena. Don't go anywhere. Sekera, Boots, and Jaros out for Slovakia. 3-on-3 overtime in Sweden. So many weapons and a lot of choices. Zibanejad, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who has the puck right now, and Rickard Rakell. So here we go, 3-on-3, 5 minutes, overtime, as we battle for the extra point. Rickard Rakell weaving in over the blue line. Jaros meets him in the corner. Ties up Rakell, he tried to kick at it. Continues to battle as Jaros pulls it away, and Sekera with Boots changing up ahead. Sweden changing as well. And Rakell right in the face of Patrick Rybar high. As he goes behind the net, looking for the steal. Hits Sekera. Michael Backlund's on the ice. And a possible 2-on-1, look out. Ladislav Nagy leading the rush. Nagy in, fires Hellberg the stop. What a chance for Nagy.
All set up by the speed of Deloga again, creating the 2-on-1.
First minute of overtime nearly in the books as Michael Backlund towards the net, tipped in front, and the stop from Rybar. Stretch pass up ahead. Little bit of space. Yorko waiting. Backhand try. Hellberg stops it in the glove, and he plays it quickly. Yorko with some speed, and number 13 was cruising in. So Hellberg, 2 good stops in overtime so far. Winding up the speed now, Kempe. Kempe behind the net. Still has the puck. Drop pass. In front from the near circle. Stripped with the puck is Janmark. As Janmark continues to battle. Janmark hustling back. The Slovaks chipped in front. Comes into the near corner. Janmark, dangerous play in front. Big shot, just wide. Pavorka let it go and it missed the mark. Bakos, stick shatters in his hands, and maybe a chance here for Sweden if they could go up ice quickly. Kempe, Janmark. Janmark dumps it in behind the net with under 3 minutes to go in overtime. Kempe. As DeLuga, one-on-one. Here's DeLuga, cutting in, backhand, whistled it wide. Mika Zibanejad at the far wall, drops it off. Slovakia changing up ahead. Drag move, shot, glove stop. Nice job from Klingberg. You know he can bring it on offense, but the glove was there for Rebar.
It's got a hands that John Klingberg can throw at you. A little backhand toe drag at the blue line, last man back. No problem. And Ladislav Nagy had this little 2-on-1/2-on-2 trying to go over the shoulder of Hellberg, turned aside, and it's been lots of offense for just 2.5 minutes, chances at both ends. Exactly why we like 3-on-3.
Mika Zibanejad losing that draw. As Granyak has it, Sekera up top, turnover the far wall, and look out, Mika Zibanejad with Raquel, drop pass. Zibanejad fires up and he just missed the mark.
I think Slovakia is just basically trying to survive the shift with Zibanejad and Raquel. Just defend, hold it, relax, get them off the ice, and then try to score.
Sekera the quarterback, and he's frustrated. He's barking orders. And Sekera has the puck, chips it up ahead. Jaros has to wait in the blue line. Nagy, Jaros. Jaros continues to work and dishes back to Kristoff. Kristoff, near circle. Head up, drops it off. Nagy waits, fires, stopped Hellberg. 2 good chances for Nagy in this overtime. Minute 28 to go in OT. Both goalies playing well. Hampus Lindholm behind his own net. Long stretch pass up ahead. As Backstrom was going in deep, and Sweden will try one more time. The give and go. Nyquist hauled down in the slot. Hand comes up. A penalty to come. Extra attacker to come out, and eventually Jarkko touches up. So with 1:08 to go, power play in OT for Sweden.
Gus Nyquist set this one up on purpose. He just slowed it down.
Number 17, 2 minutes for hooking.
And went with a give and go. Sweden will call their timeout. Johan Garpenlov takes the whiteboard, gets his 4 on the ice, and it was actually Merrick DeLug, who's had a fabulous game, who gets caught. Nyquist right here waiting on him. He wants to tight turn him and beat him for the spot. Now, is that a hook? He's got to certainly stick right between his hands and his body. Hauls him down and goes to the box.
I want to welcome in our viewers that were watching Latvia beat Germany. We've had a fantastic hockey game here in Copenhagen Royal Arena. Timeout called. Craig Ramsey, head coach of Slovakia, getting his orders out. Sweden about to go in the power play with 1:08 remaining in a 3-3 hockey game. Slovakia a short-handed goal, and then the eventual equalizer in an exciting game here, Mike Johnson.
This has been a great game, atmosphere, and right down the wire now. Slovakia, huge face-off here for Boots to try to get it clear and waste about 30 seconds of the 1:08 left in overtime.
Zibanejad, Raquel up front. Ricard Raquel had it, lost it, and look out, possible short-handed chance as the puck is chipped by David Boots, and he gets tied up with his man behind the play, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Larsson's back up. Ricard Raquel at the blue line, lost it. As Sweden, John Klingberg drops it off. Ricard Raquel, the dish, in front, scores! OT winner! What a pass! Ricard Raquel Raquel Zibanejad, your playmakers. 4-3 your final.
It all starts at the blue line. How do you not get this puck out? You're Tchaikovsky and Boots. You get stuck on the outside. Raquel Zibanejad right off the skate of the captain, Andre Sekera. And there's the game winner for Sweden. Trying to find Raquel the back door. If he doesn't touch it, it's going to be game over anyways. But Boots and Tchaikovsky, you got the puck, just the two of you, 5 feet inside the blue line. It's got to get out. You got to get it down the ice. Get this game to a shootout. And a quick transition. Raquel Zibanejad, who were so dangerous all game long, combined on the game winner. Craig Ramsey talking to his assistant Vladimir Orzov.
Team Slovakia is challenging the play for offside.
At this point, I think it's just a hope that Tchaikovsky and Boots there at the blue line were able to get it over the blue line, but I don't think it looked like that was the case.
So number 62 there, that's referee from Denmark, one of the linesmen, that's Brenny Jensen. The Canadian ref is actually number 5, Brett Iverson. And as we have a look,
They want to know about the entry to begin with before it's ever cleared. So it's not Kempe, it's not Klingberg. The only question is that Rickard Rakell in the middle, when the puck was initially brought in. That's not it either. So, I mean, at this point, I guess there's no harm in trying. Did Rickard Rakell go offside here? Is that right leg on the ground? It certainly looks like it is to me. If his right leg was in the air, that might be onto something, but it looked like his blade was on the ice, and this one's not that close. That was cleanly onside. So the real question is only on the original entry, does Rickard Rakell keep his skate on the ice? Here, you get a best look at it. It's the right skate on the ice when... Now it looks like that's very close, actually. But I think he drags it, certainly contacting it there, contacting it there. Now, I think this one's got to count. Sweden's got to get the win. 4-3 on Zibanejad's bank job of Andre Sekera.
What a play from Mika Zibanejad and Rakell. They've been leading the way offensively. Zibanejad in his first World Championship. Came in with 3 goals and 2 assists in his 4th of the tournament. Would be your OT winner.
You want to be sure. Might as well take a good look at it, but those last 2 looks for the ice level view looked to me like Rakell had his blade touching the ice.
And Rickard Rakell having a tournament as well. Had his 25th birthday back on May 5th. So let's get the official announcement. We continue to talk it over. And this is the Canadian referee, Brett Iverson.
After video review, the call on the ice stands. We have a good call.
And 13,000 strong in the building. Pretty happy. Sweden still perfect. They've won 12 in a row at the World Hockey Championship. We'll see you later on this afternoon, Belarus, Austria.
The final score, Team Slovakia 3, Team Sweden 4. Final shots on goal, Team Slovakia 28 and Team Sweden 33. Ladies and gentlemen, the best player of each team will be awarded with the official watch from Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by Maya Grimnitz, Chief Marketing Office 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Organizing Committee. The best player from Team Slovakia, number 42, Patrick Hojbjerg. Sweden with number 6, Adam Larsson. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Sweden.
Ricard, did Team Slovakia put up more of a fight than you guys expected?
Well, we know that they're a pretty good team, and I thought we came out in the first period and played pretty well, and even did a good job after they scored the first goal. But I mean, they played solid defense in the second and third period, and kept coming at our turnovers. So I mean, I still think we played hard and really fought throughout this whole game. So really happy that we finally came out on top.
Probably the first time this team has faced any kind of adversity. Are you happy with how your team responded?
Yeah, I mean, we came out with a win, and I mean, it's tough when they're 5 guys back all the time, and we're trying to create some offense, and pucks is bouncing and hitting their sticks, and they're pretty quick at going the other way. So I mean, obviously we can move forward and play better than this, but I mean, all in all, we're happy with a win.
You set up Mika Zibanejad on the game-winning goal. Were you thinking pass the whole time? Walk us through what happened.
Yeah, first of all, John Klingberg made a great pass there on the blue line, so that created a 2-on-1, and puck was bouncing a little bit, and I just saw him being all by himself on the other side, so he did a good job of putting it in.
Congratulations.
Right, thank you very much.
Andre, that was one heck of a game for your team. It seemed as though the confidence was building as the game went on. Was that the case?
Yeah, we started okay, then they took over for a couple of minutes, but we battled back, and I think we played pretty decent third period.
What was said prior to the third period to get the team rallied?
I think same thing we've been saying all tournament, just play simple, hard hockey, and just play good defense, and the offense will come.
Next up is the Russians. What kind of confidence does this give your team, knowing you can play with the Swedes?
Hopefully it gives us a little boost, and we can play as we played the third period the whole game.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.